Yeah, and it is, because I really thought to myself, like, am I just not getting this? And then when I
No.
listen to other podcasts and stuff, this is actually why I added these topics because on Sacred Symbols, a podcast that I really enjoy, they were discussing some of this stuff. And they were also discussing the Ghost of Tsushima director's cut, which we're
Mm.
going to speak about in a moment. And it kind of goes hand in hand with what's going on here with the next topic, actually, which is really the Death Stranding director's cut. So we have two director's cuts coming out soon. One is Death Stranding, one is Ghost of Tsushima.
Mm.
So the deal with Death Stranding is, I'll pull up the link here.
Mm-hmm.
If you already own the PS4 version, which I do, I can upgrade to the director's cut for only $10.
Okay.
I think that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for the Ghost of Tsushima upgrade, I actually have to pull this up because it's that fucking complicated.
Oh no.
Stand by.
Oh
Stand by.
no.
And mind you, before we get off the Death Stranding thing, if you don't own the PS4 version and you don't own the game at all, you can buy the director's cut at a lower price of $49.99, which is actually not bad. So they're not charging 60.
Right.
They're actually giving it to you for less. So I actually appreciate that for people that
Sure.
don't own it.
Yeah.
So there's that. So now we're going to pull up the very complicated situation with Ghost of Tsushima, and this is why this became a topic on Sacred Symbols and I think probably some other podcasts as well. So let me get this information in front of me because it's a little confusing.
Mm-hmm.
So existing Ghost of Tsushima owners will be able to upgrade to the director's cut on PS4 for $19.99
Okay.
or upgrade to the director's cut on PS5 for $29.99. So that would mean for me, it would cost me $30 because I'd want to play it on the PS5. If
Mm-hmm.
I still had a PS4, it would cost me 20. Now, players who purchased a director's cut for PS4 will be able to upgrade to the director's cut on PS5 at any time for $10. And this is what is, I guess, pissing some people off. So that means that if you want to buy, like you have a PS4, you have the game, but you have the director's cut,
Okay.
and you want to then upgrade that to the PS5, you then have to pay $10. And the reason why this is causing issues is because the director's cut for PS4, I would imagine, and I don't think I even have that price. Wait, I think I do.
It's $59.99.
Yeah, so it's $60 plus another 10, so they can basically get, $70 out of you
Mm-hmm.
to play the director's cut. So I haven't had a lot of time to like really think about this, but I can understand where I think people are getting a little confused and also a little bit pissed because they're saying, all right, so now I'm paying a $60 for a game that's old
Right.
for the PS5. Or
Well,
actually, no, they're paying 70.
so I mean, yeah, like I see the PS5 version is like the director's cut for the PS5 is $70. If you buy the PS4 version and you want to upgrade it, so you're essentially paying the same price. It's going to be $70. So either way, they're looking to get $70 out of you to play it on the PS5.
Yeah.
Or you could just stick with the version that you have and upgrade it for free.
I think I just figured it out. The reason why I think people are probably getting pissed is because they're seeing it from a perspective of, well, I'm going to buy this on an old gen console for less, for $10 less. So I think that it should stay at that point is probably
Right.
what they're thinking instead of paying the additional 10. And here's where it gets more complex. They're now looking at, well, what is the additional $10 for? And we're finding out that I guess the enhancements are going to be 3D audio as well as some other things like 60 FPS targeted, improving load times or improved load times, and then I guess 4K resolution. So I haven't done a lot of research on some of this other stuff. Like I guess there's this new lip sync for Japanese voiceover, and on Sacred Symbols they were saying that it's not really Japanese voiceover. It's more of like a CGI or like a computer lip sync. So it's not like they redid it.
Hmm.
And I guess what's happening here is people are trying to kind of pick this apart a little bit and justify that extra $10.
So I mean, people are trying to basically pay less for the game than the devs are asking. Like they're trying to find a way to get around paying for it for the asking price.
Yeah, I guess they're
And
thinking,
they're
well,
they're upset that they can't get what they want. It's what you.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, like I listened to that segment of the show and I was like, all right, I see some points here. Have I had a lot of time to really sit on this and meditate on it? No. But I guess I can kind of see the point of like, well, if you buy it on last gen, then the upgrade should probably just be free because it's only like a $10 difference
Right.
instead of just like, I mean, I get the PS5 thing. Like if you own a PS5 and you want to buy this game, I guess I can understand the $70 thing because that seems to be like a new standard now. But if you're buying it on PS4, I feel like it's probably also not a terrible thing to just charge somebody 60. And if they want to upgrade to PS5, just fucking let them.
Right.
So I guess people are just trying to see like, why is there the paywall of $10? Does it really need to be there? And this is where I guess the guy Jason Connell, who heads up the marketing of this game, and I think he's also the director. Yeah, he is the art director, creative and art director, was saying the thing that I think is important for people to know is that those features that make it so specific to the PS5, we didn't just work on those as generic hardware upgrade. They are fully enveloped into the Iki expansion and Jin's experiences on Iki. They were really tightly connected to one another, so that's kind of the reason why we didn't look at them as kind of a separate. We really wanted those two to sing together, and that's the base reason why.
So what he's saying is, hey, we put a lot of effort into making these PS5 only features a part of the expansion and the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we want you to pay for that work that we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of my standpoint on it, right? Like, yes, am I bringing this in as a topic of conversation for the show?
Yeah.
Of course. And I understand what Sacred Symbols is saying, but like wholeheartedly thinking about it now and some of the time that I did think about it after I listened to that segment, I don't really see a huge problem in paying the 10. Do I see their point in like, yeah, you could probably upgrade for just free because you already paid 60 on PS4. I get that. But at the end of the day, when I read that statement from Jason, I'm like, all right. Me personally, I've never really been a big guy that will fight a paywall or fight
right.
a situation where I have to pay more money because I appreciate the hard work that goes into video games. I've never been a stickler about that kind of stuff.
Right.
Am I more of a stickler now about buying a game at a sale price? Yeah, but that's just because you and I have backlogs just like anybody else, and I really don't want to like potentially waste $60 on a game I might not play. So,
well,
but that's different. With this situation, it's $10 for a ton of new features, including an expansion. So, I kind of get it.
I mean, just as a point of reference, you bought this game on the PS4 when it was originally released. I think within the first few days, if not day one, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
$60. And
yep.
I know you haven't really sat down with it and dove into it yet. You really haven't played much of it.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, I think this is, if I own the PS4 version of the game in the same status that you have, this is what I would do. I would take the free upgrade in the meantime, and I would either play that and not worry about the PS5 upgrades, or I would just sit on it and just let it sit there and wait for the price to drop on the director's cut and buy that one.